How do you get started investing in real estate if you're a beginner? And where do you start? Real estate can be a very daunting and complex thing. I promise in this video, if you're brand new to real estate, there is a way, there is a path. I'm gonna give you tips and tricks later on in this video about how you can invest with no money down. I like the acronym MICK. M's about money. I is all about your income. You need income in order to invest in real estate. C, of course, credit. And K is about knowledge. MICK, that's what it's all about. If you can master MICK, you understand how to invest in real estate. That's it, MICK. I'm gonna say it again, MICK. Mike, what do I do? MICK. And get this, guys, I have a really big treat for you. I have 2 free ebooks I'm gonna put links in the description of this video too that will help you get started with rent hacking and with house hacking. My only ask is that you share this video. I'd really appreciate that. Share it somewhere. Share it with a friend. Share it on LinkedIn. Share it maybe on Reddit. If you find someone who's looking to invest in real estate, where do they start? You can start here. And welcome to my channel, by the way. If you're one of the 4,000 subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to the channel as we begin to grow and share about all things personal finance, investing, and real estate. Hey everyone, Mike Rosehart here, talking to you guys today about how you invest in real estate. So when we talk about real estate investing, the #1 question I get from newcomers to the channel is, Mike, how do I get started investing in real estate? I don't have capital, or I don't have experience, I don't have credit. There's a recurring theme here. And I want to talk in this video specifically about how you get invested in real estate. I'm going to give you tips and tricks later on in this video about how you can invest in real estate with no money down. The goal is to get control over real estate assets and use those assets to create cash flow and build real wealth for yourself. So in this video, we're going to talk about some of the limiting beliefs. We're going to talk about some of the strategies I've used to begin investing in real estate and get you on your way to buying your first property and maybe even your 10th property. So let's get to it. What are some of the key components to investing in real estate? If you're a beginner, you're just starting out, you're thinking, well, what is real estate investing? Well, real estate investing really is basically getting ownership or control over physical, tangible land or buildings. I'm talking single family houses, detached, semi-detached, condos. We're talking duplex properties, which have 2 units, triplex properties with 3 units, fourplex properties with 4 units, and so on and so forth. Commercial, leasing properties, industrial type properties, land development. There are so many different ways to invest in real estate. So when I talk about investing in real estate for beginners, there are so many different facets and ways you can take this and basically make some money in real estate. So the one I'm going to talk about more specifically is single family, condo, residential style real estate that you actually live in. I think this is the one that's most relatable to most people. Everyone has to live somewhere, right? So everyone has experience with real estate in the sense that they've had to look for somewhere to live and they've had to rent that place, and they may have had to deal with roommates, they may have had to deal with a landlord, they may have had to deal with painting an apartment. All of these things are components of real estate. And what are the 4 components of real estate that are most important? I like the acronym MICK. People talk to me, they say, Mike, I have this problem or that problem. It all falls under MICK. If you can master MICK, you can become a real estate investor. And I'm gonna give you, towards the end of this video, if you hang tight, I'm gonna give you some recommendations of other videos that I've done. They're gonna pop up on the corners of the screens. Right at the very end, you're gonna get to see specifically how to live rent-free, how to house hack. We're gonna talk about some different strategies, step by step, how to create win-win situations between you and a property owner, how you can start today controlling real estate assets, even if you only have $1,000 or $2,000 to your name. And I don't mean wholesaling. Wholesaling is great too, but this is actually one where you can basically rent a place and re-rent it and make some money. So let's get started with some of the specifics around the 4 categories. MICK. Mike, MICK. I know, it's close. There's no reason that it's like that. It just happened to work out that way. So MICK. M, right? The first letter M. M's about money. I, right? I is all about your income. You need income in order to invest in real estate. You need money to invest in real estate. C, of course, credit. People are always talking about credit limitations. I have tons of videos on how you can improve your credit score. And K is about knowledge. You're either missing money, income, credit, or knowledge, and probably some combination of the 4. The good news is I can help you solve all of these problems. I have videos on how you can basically learn how to save and be frugal and begin to earn more and spend less and create that gap between income and expenses that allows you to build wealth and save money to start investing. So money is pretty actually easy to master. Money. Of course, the second one, I for income. I'm going to show you on this channel how you can earn more income, how you can pick up a side hustle to earn a little bit more income, get some income on your tax return that you can use, therefore then to borrow money to buy real estate. C is credit. Credit is really important. I've done 2 or 3 really good videos on my channel about the credit algorithm and the credit score equation that you can actually learn to master and get your credit score well into the 800s. So credit is one also that I can help you with. And knowledge. Knowledge is tied very strongly, I think, with fear and with lack of action. Most people who don't take action have fear of risk. And most of that is just because they don't have the knowledge to build the confidence, right? Knowledge and experience equal confidence, equal wisdom. And so to master knowledge, you need to learn a lot about real estate, but you need to get your feet wet. You need to actually go out there and touch and feel the real estate because that's going to help you overcome your fears. That's going to help you find the deal. People reach out to me and say, Mike, I just can't find the deal. What you're saying is you don't have the knowledge to analyze a deal in your market, or you don't have the knowledge to find the deal in your market, or you don't have the knowledge to close a deal in your market. Deals exist, they're everywhere. It's a lack of knowledge, not a lack of deals. So change your perception about the problem. When you're trying to invest in real estate, you have to learn how to master MICK. Money, income, credit, knowledge. When I talk about money, people say, Mike, I have no money. I want to do no money down real estate investing. Yes, you can do no money real estate investing. There's things called vendor take-back mortgages. You can work with a private seller who already owns the property or has financing arranged on the property to finance the property for you. So you can often put $1,000 or $2,000 down and get control of a real estate asset where the vendor or the seller holds the mortgage for you, in which case you don't need a bank or a B lender to put a mortgage on the property. And so they provide most of the capital. You take care of basically owning and managing the property. And if you default, they will take the property back from you. Ideally, you won't default. So that's a vendor take-back mortgage. That's one way you can get invested in real estate without going through traditional banks. But most people have to go through a traditional bank or traditional lender in order to get financing. So that's why it's so important when we talk about credit to have a mastery of how your credit score works. I have videos on that, and how you can build your credit score up so that a lender will take a chance and put a mortgage on a property and lend you some money so you can get investing with leverage. Because leverage takes your money, you put $1 into real estate, and you can buy $5 in real estate because leverage, 5 to 1. Most people leverage 20% down, 80% loan to value. What that means is when you put $1 into real estate, you can buy $5 in real estate. It's the only type of asset class where you can lever that cheap, where you can invest that cheaply. So that's one of the beauties of real estate. It's why I love it so much. It's why I'm going to talk about income. So income, you get your money, you're going to have to save up money to invest in real estate. No one can invest with no money down. It just doesn't happen. You have to invest at least a little bit in your personal development, in your knowledge, in yourself. I think you should invest specifically in, if you're going to start rent hacking, you have to invest at least in a last month's rent to take control of that house or that apartment or that real estate asset. If you're wholesaling, you're likely going to need $100 or $1,000 to put as a down payment. But I think most people, if they're hardworking, can come up with that sort of money, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 in a relatively short amount of time. Most of us can get access to that money, even if we have to borrow it from friends or family. So I'm going to consider that like the baseline. That's kind of where you need to go from. But if you're just getting started and you just want to learn, that's cool too. That's probably the place I would start, is build your knowledge up, right? Very important to have that knowledge base really locked up. Knowledge and experience equal wisdom, and that will give you confidence to overcome the fear of just getting started. And I know you're thinking, well, what if I don't buy the right property, Mike? What if I don't rent out the right property? I'm worried I could lose money. And of course there is risk with real estate, but I think there is much lower risk if you master knowledge. If you get the expertise under your belt, you can learn wisdom from other people. When I have spent 10,000 hours investing in real estate, dealing with tenant concerns, buying places, screening tenants, all of that. You can take all of that knowledge that I have up here that I share with you each and every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. Eastern, or that I share with you on videos like this. You can take that knowledge, you can absorb it, and then you can practice it in your own life and learn from my failures, learn from other people's failures. That's a big one. And through networking is another really big one, where you can pick up a mentor and create that mentee-mentor relationship where you can really learn the ins and outs of investing in real estate. And that's a great way to build up your confidence. But at the end of the day, I promise, anyone can invest in real estate, and it's totally true. Anyone can invest in real estate. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. You don't really need to necessarily come from a lot of money. You don't even need to have a really good job. There are B and C lenders who will lend to people with no income, who will lend to people with bad credit. Now, you're going to pay a higher interest rate for that, but pretty much anyone can invest in real estate. So I promise in this video, if you're brand new to real estate, there is a way, there is a path, and I'm going to talk about it right now. I've talked about it in a previous video that I'm going to link at the end of this video, and there's a free ebook about that. One thing I ask, if you go and check out this video and you love it, I would really appreciate if you smash that like button. If you share this on social media, places like Reddit, Facebook, Instagram. You can follow me at Mike Rosehart on Instagram, Mike Rosehart on Facebook. I have a page you can follow and like. I'd really appreciate that. But the big thing is sharing this content around so that you can get basically other people hooked into the idea that investing in real estate is a great thing. That managing your money, learning to spend less, earn more, and maximize your returns to build wealth is a good thing. Because in our society today, 94% of people don't save any of their income. The average person saves 6% of their income. That's a huge disparity. That's why no one has any money. That's why there's this income inequality thing going on, because the rich are investing and saving tons of their wealth, and that wealth is building more wealth for them, and everyone else isn't saving anything. The consumerist mentality, we're buying $400 shoes and $2,000 vacations, and we're not putting our future selves first. And that's what I'm going to ask you to do today, is put your future self first. And of course, smash that like button, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'd really appreciate that. This is a call to action. If you download that free ebook, it's entirely free. Check it out, The Ultimate Guide to Rent Hacking and The Ultimate Guide to House Hacking. If you download either of those ebooks, in the description at the bottom, totally free. My only ask is that you share this video. I'd really appreciate that. Share it somewhere. Share it with a friend. Share it on LinkedIn. Share it maybe on Reddit. If you find someone who's looking to invest in real estate, where do they start? You can start here on this channel. There are tons of videos to build your credit score up, to improve your knowledge about investing in real estate and understanding the nuances of renovation, construction, tenant management, tenant screening, tenant placement, talking about cash flow management. How do you even evaluate a property? I've done live deal analysis where I've walked through. I give you in other videos that, and I'll link it here too, why not? I'll throw you the exact Microsoft Excel tool that I use to analyze rental properties to determine if they're a buy or not a buy. And I look for minimum 25% return on investment before appreciation. So 25% is your rate of return with leverage before appreciation. With appreciation, we're often getting into triple-digit rates of returns, the types of returns that Warren Buffett is getting. And that's because real estate, you can borrow very cheaply and get great returns that are solid and based on your ability to rent out a unit. Forget a recession, forget a flat market. We're talking about buying cash flow strong properties, and that's what I talk about. That's what I advocate for on this channel. So that's what this video is all about. If you're brand new to real estate investing, I would love if you jumped in the comments and said, hey Mike, I just found your channel. I'd love to get invested in real estate. I don't know how to do it. Where do I start? This video is a place for you to start. These other videos I'm going to link to are going to be places you can get a wealth of information. If you digest how to basically manipulate the credit score equation, you could build your credit score way up. You could learn I'm going to talk about strategies about how to increase your income. Of course, your knowledge related to real estate and the money aspect. I'm going to teach you how to get better with managing your money so you can save some money and invest it in real estate. MICK, that's what it's all about. If you can master MICK, you understand how to invest in real estate. That's it, MICK. I'm going to say it again, MICK, 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 MICK. Mike, what do I do? MICK. That's right. So you now know how to invest in real estate. You know what the 4 categories you got to dive into. Now there's going to be a series of videos on all these categories to help build your proficiency and your knowledge related to real estate. I promised at the end of this video there'd be a tidbit about how you could get started investing in real estate today. And that tidbit is going to be rent hacking. So let's say you live in a place like New York, LA, Toronto, Vancouver. Pick a big metropolitan city. You're going to say, Mike, I even have $100,000 saved up, but I can't invest in real estate because X or Y limiting factor or hurdle. And I'm here to tell you there is always a solution. So people from those big metropolitans, they can't buy $1.5 million houses. You want the profit from owning a property. That's why you want to buy it, right? I'm telling you, you can get invested in those properties, get control of those assets for very little down. Let's use a real example. So a friend of mine in Toronto was looking for a place. They found a 4-bedroom property for $2,200 a month in Toronto. That is an example of getting control of the asset. You go and rent that house, you put up last month's rent, you now have full control. We have almost the RTA, Residential Tenancy Acts, tenancy laws protect tenants. So if you're a tenant, you have more rights than the landlord in places like LA, in places like Toronto, places like Vancouver. There are a ton of tenant protection groups and laws. So if you rent a property, you have more control over the property now with possession, because possession is 9/10 of the law. Go ahead and rent a unit. You can do this multiple times. You can rent multiple units. You go rent a unit out, a 4-bedroom property, and you can go and then rent out each bedroom of that property, or you can sublet that property out for more money to someone else because you negotiated a deal. And I talk about that in the free ebook. How do you get a deal on renting a place for say $2,200, but market value rent is $3,000. Well, you got to create a win-win situation with your landlord. You've got to put up a little bit of value in some way, and that value might be taking care of the place for the landlord. Maybe you're going to live in one of the rooms and rent the other 3 rooms out for $900 a bedroom each, which is market rent in Toronto. Boom, all of a sudden you have basically your entire rent covered and then some money in your pocket. 900 times 3 other bedrooms while you live in the 4th bedroom. 9 times 3 is $2,700. You have $2,700 a month coming in to pay rent. There's $2,200 a month. You're making $500 a month. People live in Toronto, Vancouver, and New York. You can live for free with these strategies. I know people who rent 5, 6, 7 houses, put them on Airbnb by the bedroom, and make tens of thousands of dollars a month above what they're currently paying in rent. They've created a business investing and controlling real estate assets. I know someone who controls $10 million in real estate assets for like $15,000 in last month's rents. You could never control those types of real estate assets by owning them. You just couldn't do it. There's no one who would set that up. So this is a great way to get control of real estate assets through renting them. So there's your tip for today. Of course, there's also wholesaling, where you can get basically interested in the trade of real estate and assist in the trade of real estate. So real estate trades hands, a lot of it trades hands privately. You can go door knock, you can put out flyers, you can start marketing campaigns, set up websites, SEO optimization, bring in leads and buy properties privately, then assign those contracts. Say the property you buy it for $200,000, assign that contract to someone else for more money and collect the difference. You're basically a glorified real estate agent that's selling private real estate. That's kind of how wholesaling really works. And so you could be a bird dogger too. You could call me and say, hey, investor Mike Rosehart or whoever it is, I have a property. I know this grandma wants to sell her property for $190,000. I think market value is $220,000. Will you pay me $5,000 to hand you her number if this deal closes? And I happily would. So this is an example of where you call it bird dogging. That's another way you can get invested in the trade of real estate. But at the end of the day, you can make a ton of money investing in various ways. And if you really don't want to buy any property, you don't want the stress, you can always reach out to someone like myself and partner with me. I would buy the real estate properties for you here in London, Ontario, and you'd provide the financing, and of course we can get you great returns. Other options are real estate investment trusts or Reits. Reits are fantastic. They're publicly traded on the open indexes. You can invest, say, even a few $100s in unit ownership, and they'll pay you distributions of the rental income profit each and every month, plus appreciation on the buildings that they own in their portfolio. So you can invest in real estate today, even if you don't want to own the properties, or you could set up a system where you put a property manager in place that you really know and trust. So that's really important, I think, to building out your real estate portfolio. That's what it's all about. This is a quick video. I want to do a series of videos on how you begin investing in real estate. And if you're new to the channel, thank you so much. 4,000 subscribers. I'm so happy about that. That's why I'm flogging this horse. Thank you so much. Another interesting note, believe it or not, I was looking at my statistics, and 39.6% of my traffic coming to YouTube for my videos is coming from Reddit. So whoever you guys are, my subscribers out there that are sharing me on Reddit with people who are looking to invest in real estate, with people who are interested in personal finance, people who want to know how I was able to retire at 24 or 25 and how they can retire in their 20s and 30s. That's what this channel is all about. It's about me giving back and trying to share. I don't make really any money from this. My entire goal with the YouTube channel has been to give back. It's been my way of saying, hey, I've made it. Now I want to help other people unlock financial independence and financial freedom and help them retire early and enjoy their lives. So that's what this is all about. I make videos that you guys request. So throw me in the comments. Say, hey, Mike, I'd love to see a video on X or Y. I mentioned it 10 videos ago, but you forgot because you get so many messages on Instagram. It's true. I do get a lot of messages on Instagram. And please reach out. I love them. Each and every one of them I read. I do not ignore any messages. I will read it. Maybe I'll forget to make a video about it. But this video was actually requested by 5 different individuals. So this video is for you guys who asked for a video on investing in real estate. How do you get started? Where do you start? I'm going to link a bunch of other videos you can check out. Credit score. Remember MICK, M-I-C-K. That's how you get invested in real estate. If you can get those 4 categories or areas mastered, you're ready to invest in real estate. And I hope you take action today. I hope you go out there and you find a place to rent today under market value, and then you sublet portions of that property out, or you throw it up on Airbnb and you generate some additional rent that basically covers all of your current rent owed to that landlord. So I want to help you live for free today. Housing is up to 40% of your living cost. I would love to see that drop to 0 so you can begin saving your income. People in Toronto, Vancouver who have great salaries, New York, LA, Hong Kong, wherever you live, helping you find a way to live on less, to be more frugal and put more in your bottom line. If you could have no living costs, if I could get your rent to 0 through a rent hacking strategy like my ebook talks about, you could actually theoretically have 40% more to throw into savings. You could begin saving 60, 70% of your income because you don't have any housing costs. This is exactly what I did. I did this at 17 years old. I've been doing this even today. I still do this as a multimillionaire. I still do this today. I still house hack. It's a fantastic way to ensure that you stay on the wealth building journey, on the wealth building track. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I apologize if it was a bit all over the place. I really just had so much energy and there's so much content up here that I want to share with you about investing in real estate. So look out for more of those videos and look out for more videos on how to retire early, about personal finance. And of course, you know how I end all my videos. I've done this, 120 times now. 3 levers, 3 things in your control in this order of importance. Spend less, earn more, and maximize your returns to unlock a wealthier you. That's it. Spend less, earn more, and maximize returns. And remember, Mike says you gotta MICK, M-I-C-K. That's what it's all about. Bye guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Really appreciate it. You have to learn how to master MICK. Money, income, credit, knowledge. Boom, that's the bomb.